Now we're going live.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome, family. Welcome. I'm here today speaking with Nikki Justice on her video, on one of the videos that caught my eye, um, dealing with historical furniture being restored and a young man who was doing restoration. Um, he came across some of our ancestor hairs within the furniture, and now me and Nikki are speaking on how important it is when we do run into stuff like this. We can we actually are dealing with real evidence, and many times people would push things like this aside and without even thinking about it. But this guy took the time, and he actually investigated, and he saw that it was human hair. Not only was it human hair, it was hair of the ancestors, so those who were enslaved. So I have Nikki Justice here with me, and I'm going to let her introduce herself before we get into her video.
Okay. Thank you for having me, Lightbearer. I definitely appreciate you watching the video. I'm Nikki Justice on the Run.
Mhm.
Let's see. I just posted in the live chat and it says, "Good day, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe." Okay. I do videos based on a Black perspective, as Blacks in America or maybe around the world. And so this particular video is it is very disturbing to me. So Lightbearer is going to play the video. And once again, what would you do if you were given a chair to restore and you find our ancestors' hair within it? What would you do? So that's pretty much why I did it. I thought this video would catch eyes. It was actually originally posted last year. I think the story broke last year, but it just came up again. So I decided to post it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great story. So we're going to get into the video, and then after the video, we're going to get into the discussion. And I would like for anyone to feel free to who wants to discuss this with us, or who had their own experience with, it doesn't have to just be a chair. It could uh, be blood. Blood stays on things for a long time. It could be anything from 200
Mhm.
years ago that you might have found, but maybe didn't really think, well, hey, this is important. This is DNA. Maybe I can do something with this, with all the technology they have today. I think it's very
Definitely.
important that we start thinking about stuff like this, because evidence is, things are being revealed and things are being put in front of us that may be of use to us for a reason. So
Most
let's get
certainly.
into this video.
All right.
Okay.
Time I've cried when TikToker said of the resurfaced
Hold on.
video. I've seen this twice, and both times I've cried when TikToker said of the resurfaced video. Okay, now imagine how many slaves it took. TikTok shows furniture story restorer find enslaved hair in a 200-year-old chair set right. Yeah, this is Nikki Justice. Thank you all for joining. Okay, like, share, and subscribe. Daily videos on the rise. Okay, now a viral video resurfaced on TikTok showing what appears to be hair. Okay. Now apparently he got this. They're in Georgia, okay, and he got this from a family that claims that the chair is ancient. It's 200 years old. It's their history of that family. Now the TikTok video has the hashtag of Black History, slavery, Jim Crow history, capitalism, and BLM. The video shows a chair that's been broken down for restoration. All right. Now, let's see. What would you do? What would you do? Before we watch the video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Comment here, there, and everywhere. What would you do? Let's just be clear. I think that if this is hair, DNA can be tested. And I think all of the DNA should be tested. And I think familial DNA should be tested at this point in time through forensic science, okay? Many cases and crimes have been solved via, okay, family, okay? And I think the Green River Killer was found through, this is disgusting. But through his niece's pap smear, okay? Oh yeah. You thought the pap smear was yours and you had some privacy and things of this nature. Absolutely not. So let's watch this video, shall we? This is Nikki Justice. Get in the comment section. Would you, as a black man in America in Georgia, would you restore this chair? Now, you didn't know what was in it. You already broke the chair down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Take this chair and make it look brand new. But I want y'all to see. Now, I actually asked and I got into the details of it. I didn't just assume. I want y'all to see this. Usually, old, ancient chairs like this, you fill them with whatever you can get your hands on is what you fill them with. This one, apparently, has cotton. This is hand-picked cotton, been sat on for over 200 years, and it's horrible. But it's made with solid wood, so it's gonna last forever. But I want y'all to see this. This is human hair. This is literally human hair. Imagine how many slaves it took to put human hair in this seat. It's the full seat, the full interior of the seat is human hair. It's human. Not horse, not cow like they usually do, pig hair, horse hair. No, this is actual human hair. Slave hair. Imagine how many slaves it took to fill this chair with human hair. Now, a lot of them are filled with horse and whatever you can get your hands on. But this came from a very, very wealthy people in North Georgia.
Goodness.
They keep in this chair because of the historic and the sentimental value it has to their family. Imagine how many people it took
Oh my God.
to put this much hair inside of this chair.
Oh my gosh.
How much hair? I'm trying to think about that when you stand up for your flag and all that, and you a true American today. How many humans did it take to cut and put in this chair?
Wow.
That's a lot. Think about that.
I am highly disturbed by seeing this, and it just lets you know, and it really, really shows you what is really going on and what really happened to a lot of our people. And the reason why I brought up forensic DNA and familiar traces, because this family looks like they might owe one of our family members some compensation, maybe some accountability can be held by these families, and they do not any longer get to hide behind their wealth. They're sitting on a chair literally built out of black people. Literally. and you just love swirling. I mean, you love it, right? You can't get enough of it. Well, what about this chair? Should this family be exposed? What should this brother do in this case that he has found this hair in this chair? What should he do? What can be done? Should he risk his job in exposing these people? Now, we have a lot of different people with money and things of this nature. What are they going to do about this? What is Tyler Perry going to do about this? What is Tyreek Nasheed going to do about this? Are you going to pay this man to expose this family? Anyway, get in the comments. What would you do?
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
it's interesting, to see that it's not it's just disgusting and just makes you hurt real bad for all of our people and to know what exactly happened to them. And I even feel this way when it's hot outside, when it's 100 degrees outside, and they didn't have the option to shade and things of this nature. So that video really just
Exactly. It hit it on the nail. And what one thing I appreciated is that big question at the end. What is these people, these guys that got the money nowadays, but want more money, and they're not appeased by what they have, and they're not trying to help the people, but
right.
especially these entertainers. I mean, I always say this. I say we're in a psychotic society, unfortunately, because
We are.
what it
We
is
are.
if I can
Anybody that does
help
something like that to people,
hmm
anybody, and then they strategically cover it up. And it's being covered up right now. And now
hmm
slavery is being identified as immigration.
hmm
And they're telling us slavery wasn't that bad. And to other people are saying slavery didn't exist. How do you explain something like this?
it's not just that either.
We should
It's
get over it.
it's
That's
not
what they
just
say. We
that.
should get over it.
Yeah.
We didn't experience it. I'm experiencing it right now, looking
And
at
for
that
them to
chair.
tell people to do that alone and be it's just it's if the sane mind can see how ludicrous, how psychotic a lot of stuff that we do here with these people who don't think of us in the same manner we think of them. That in itself is makes for a psychotic society, because we're going about the mode that we're going in is not a mode of our natural selves. It's a mode that was constructed. It's like intentional control pressed upon us to react a certain ways. And the ways that we react, the ways that we are, is not anything upward. It's all downward, because it was intentionally meant for us to be in a low state. You see what I mean?
Right. I
I know I'm
agree.
kind of.
It's an unnatural system that we're in at this
Mm-hmm,
point in time. And
mm-hmm,
it's just ridiculous that everyone else can remember their history, but we're told not to. We're told to be thankful for civil rights and things of this nature.
mm-hmm,
It's just a lot of things I don't understand. But I also want to bring up the DNA, right? And like
mm-hmm.
you said, everything for us is going down, and the DNA is being used against us, right? So
Right.
we have paternity tests. We have, oh, if you go to jail, they take your blood, they do everything, and They take your blood even if you're just suspected of a crime. You haven't been convicted of anything. They have all types of measures to test DNA, and I want this hair tested. But the thing about it is not what I want. You see,
Mm-hmm.
and in a lot of cases, I've also seen where these people have also said, well, we can't do anything with the DNA with the hair because the what do you call it? The follicle is missing and things of this nature. Well, how is it that you can quote unquote get the dinosaurs? Okay, so where did these dinosaurs come from? What test did you do on these things? Which I think that if you're going to say that you can't test certain things, but other things you can just for your benefit, then your science is fake. Your science is
Exactly.
fake. Your conclusions are fake. A lot of your history you have created just to make you look superior.
It was all
And
lies.
it was all lies. It was all lies. I don't understand how their DNA processing is working. As far as the DNA also is being used to also exonerate black people, but for the most part, it's being used against us. But
Exactly.
if this was something that this brother had actually stumbled upon that would actually gain him and the families of these people some type of reparations and reconciliation, then this system would definitely not be interested in doing anything of that nature. And
But
maybe the families. Go
at
ahead.
least what I would do is keep the hair. I would definitely take the hair out of the chair. Keep
Exactly.
it.
And I said the same
Mhm.
thing. I would take all of the hair out and I would keep it. And
Mhm.
I would, now this is what I would have had done. He should have blown the whistle and said that they were human trafficking. And they would have busted up in those people's houses immediately. There were warrants would have been served and
Mhm.
everything else. And then that way he could at least say that he was in you know, suspicion that crimes were occurring against people in that home. He didn't. You can prove or disprove whether it's 200 years old or not. Once again, through the DNA, you can also test the cotton.
Because it may
Okay.
have not have been 200 years ago.
It exactly.
And
It
then
may not
it
have
was
been
the way the hair looked,
exactly.
the way that hair
It
looked,
looked new, didn't it?
it's
It looked
live.
fresh.
Yeah, it's live. It's fresh.
It looked fresh.
Look
It
like
did
my
not look
hair. Matter of
old.
fact, when it comes out of the brush, it looks like mine.
Right, right. So again. So what you're saying and we're both agreeing that some
Mhm.
type of investigation needs to be opened.
Exactly. Don't
Okay,
think these
one.
people stopped doing what they were doing.
They never have changed. They
Never.
never have changed. The way that they do it now is if you say anything about it, they just make laws to protect them and to stop you from saying anything about it.
Exactly. And they take our children
Yes.
nowadays. They have our
Yes.
children in their possessions.
Right.
Um, and it's really nothing we can do about it. But I do think that they should be accountable to our community. I mean, you just can't take a child and not have nothing to do with the community. You know.
Right. And I also
Um,
want to make a correction. I said there was the I think I said the Green River Killer where
yeah.
they used the pap smear. It was BTK.
Oh.
And they used his daughter's DNA that was left at a doctor's appointment, which was the pap smear, to make a familiar match.
Okay.
So that's how they caught BTK, and I said it was the Green River Killer. So I was close. It was one of those psychopaths. But
Yeah.
what I just wanted to prove by saying that is that they are using DNA, even of your family. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
To connect their crimes, things that will benefit them once again. So
Exactly.
right, I
Exactly.
just wanted to correct that. And I did say Green River because I've been thinking about doing stories on those particular cases too, because once again, the DNA is very important. And these particular scientists are claiming, and it all fits in, right? Because they're always
Exactly.
continuously asking us they're asking us for proof that slavery existed. And oh, well, who are we going to pay reparations? And you have actual hair follicles and DNA right
blood,
there.
everything. And it's
You,
great that he's
yes,
a furniture restorator. So he needs to take a lot of the fabrics that he pulls out and get tested for blood and everything. Um,
definitely. I agree. And also, like I said, if he gets the warrant for that property, he should make, I'm telling you, he should make a report and get the property. They can dig the property up. They can do x-rays of the grounds and everything. I'm pretty sure it's a lot out there. If they have that chair
yeah.
and that chair is actually 200 years old, which I'm probably thinking that it is.
Mhm.
um and also, once again, the cotton, everything, they can collect everything in there, and that chair can be seized as evidence. Let's hold somebody accountable for actual atrocities against us, somebody in our
Exactly.
family. Somebody in our family. I mean, we don't know who it was, but we can find out as of today because of the databases and
Exactly.
things of this nature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Part of being aware of self or conscious is, holding people accountable, knowing all these things, such as, like I said, it's important to know self, you know, uh, know the difference, have discernment, of course. And, um, I'm just like, my mind is mush right now. But it's a lot of things that I talked about that we have to take in consideration when with our consciousness is, oh, like I was talking about something about when we're aware of the world around us, we're sensitive to what is dangerous for us and what in energies. We're sensitive to energies. We can
definitely.
sense what is a good, what's a good energy for us, what draws us to it. Question why, and then, like I said, discernment is important for us. But all of this is important, that we're just not, I think when we were before, many of us would sleep, we would let things slide by, you know.
Right.
And now that we're coming into this, not just us, but the whole planet is becoming into this awareness, this self-consciousness.
Right.
Um, it's becoming stronger than ever. It's something that we have to start connecting with, and that's our intuition. And like I said, definitely instead of being asleep and thinking, um, you know, number one thing, always hold them accountable. That's to me the number one thing is always hold them accountable, because when we let things slide, what it does inside of us when we let things go, we never really dealt with it. We never really be able to get past it. And like this right here, this situation now, it keeps happening over. And it's not just slavery. People can go back to the time with slavery, but that was when they told us who they were. But now, we keep doing the same thing over and over again after they told us who they were, and we keep being in the same predicament with these people. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Hmm. We
100%.
need to
I
deal with
definitely do.
it.
But
Hmm.
I think that he needs to have some type of backing on this particular situation. And once again, I think this happened in November of last year. And
Hmm.
so I didn't see a follow up or anything. This was a TikTok video. I think I mentioned that. I haven't really been on. I'm not on TikTok. I don't have. I might start going to TikTok. I'm not exactly sure. I kind of was leery of TikTok, but he, I just don't see. Hopefully he didn't stop at just doing a TikTok video. You see what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
that would just mean that he is just dismissing the issue.
Right. And so
If
much
the
of us
issue
do.
is right, if the issue
Mhm.
is what he thinks it is, I think it should have made rounds. It should have been on the Ricky Smiley show. It should have been on DL Hughley. You see what I'm saying? It should have been on
Mhm.
all of these black men shows. But it just
Right.
goes to show you, who's really controlling those shows. I'm not sure if the other guy, the maintenance man, if he still comes on. What is his name? The maintenance man. What is he wrote the book The Maintenance Man? I can't think of
No,
his
I don't
name.
know.
But anyway, he's a black man too. And if it was that serious, it should have been all over and it just wasn't. And
Exactly.
so they downplay and disrespect our own history. You
And the
see,
thing
we
about it is the Caucasians they know about it. Because
definitely.
that's where I learned about them stuffing human hair in the chairs from when I went to school for interior design. That was
Mhm.
something that they talked about when we were going through the homes and stuff, like I was telling you earlier. So
Right.
they're aware of it. It's a lot of things
Definitely.
that we're not aware of or knowledgeable about that we need to be knowledgeable about because it
Definitely.
happened to us.
Right.
It happened to our ancestors. Believe it, we are our ancestors. They may not believe that because they don't have no connection, you know.
Right. Right. They don't care.
Mhm.
They really don't care.
Mhm.
And it's all a facade of us being, it's the illusion of inclusion. It's not that we're actually included in anything except the furniture. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Something that's useful to them or beneficial to them. So that
Mhm.
chair actually represents the whole entire society of who they really are. And it's still happening
Materialistic,
today.
and we're expendable. Materialistic,
Exactly.
and expendable. But a lot
Exactly.
of our brothers out here, you would think they found something great when they found Becky.
Oh,
It's just
God.
sad. It's a mental psychotic.
It is. And they will fight you to the death over their choice to actually rub their body parts and,
Exactly.
transfer energies with these people and
Mhm.
procreate with them under the illusion that it's a
Mhm.
willing relationship when in actuality it is a slave and a slave master relationship. There's no way to change
Exactly.
that. It will never ever change. You can try to cover up what has happened to our people, but that is the most disgusting, disrespectful thing that you can ever do in your life. And I don't care who it is. It
Yeah.
could have been my father. It could have been any, but this is the amen part about it. Nobody in my immediate family swirls. Nobody. All of the children are black. All of them. Okay, so
Same
that's an
here.
amen.
Yeah,
And
same here.
I don't want to bring my family into it. It's not about my family, but it is
Right.
disgusting. Even
It
if my
is.
brother did it, it would be disgusting. If
Yeah.
whoever does it, it's
It is.
genocide, and it means you wants to wipe us off of the face of the planet. This chair is a representation of so many things. Like they will have you out in the sun picking all of that cotton, and then they would
Mhm.
take your hair to stuff the chair that they can sit on and feel like kings and queens on and be over top of you. And all you are to them is an absolute tool. You're nothing but a shovel, or you understand what I'm saying? You're just expendable.
Well, you know what they were meant, what their whole plan was. Their whole plan was to replace the oldest people on the planet with the newest people on the planet, which is them. So they've been in that process, that mode for like a long for centuries almost.
Hmm.
So they've been at work on that process of replacing this. So, you know,
Right.
it's
Well,
just
here in America, they definitely are replacing us, and I would say we
Mhm.
are just about replaced. I would
Exactly.
say we are just about replaced because,
Mhm.
and it's like we need to focus on what happened to us here, because for the simple fact, us focusing on something that happened in Africa is not anything that we are able to do. Okay,
Exactly. Yeah.
we not. That's why I'm not into that Pan Africa. I don't believe in it. I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
lie to
Mm-hmm.
help us to cover up who we really are here as it relates to here in America. Okay, we've been here for more than 400 or 500 years. We've actually been here for thousands of years. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like I don't understand how that is beneficial to us to continuously think about what's going on in another country. So that continuously keeps us in a hospitality, if you will, role. You see what I'm saying? We
Mm-hmm.
need to look at our own history right here.
I
This
agree.
chair, and although we're black and black stuff from Africa is not all black. Let's be very clear about that. They're not all black. I don't even know who told you that Africa was black. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, America is black, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
we need to think about America. We have North America and South America. South America is black. Okay, so let's think about what Jamaica is black. All of these places here are black. Why do we keep
Yeah.
talking about Africa? And all of these places had slavery here. Africa did not. Okay,
So Africa
so
actually did have a form of slavery. They were oppressed
that's what
people. They were colonized.
that's what they had. They
They had
they were colonized,
they
but
were
not
colonized, and
what happened here
they are
was
still hold on.
here.
They're still colonized, and they've still been oppressed mentally.
Exactly.
Certain
So I don't.
information, but we're all connected. That's the thing about it. We can't just be one piece when we're one whole. But I
Mhm.
agree 100%. We have to take care of where we're from.
We need
But
to know
not
the
only
difference,
that,
is what I'm saying. We need to know the difference,
yeah,
is
the,
what I'm
the
saying.
whole
Don't group everything into one. This happened here in Georgia, which is America.
right.
So
Yeah. Well,
that's where it happened. Let's focus. I know it's in Maryland. I know it's in Virginia. Okay,
mhm,
I know it's everywhere.
mhm.
This family isn't the only family. Is my
Exactly.
point. So
Exactly. You're
we
right. Take
definitely.
care of one spot first and then blow it up after that. It spreads. It's supposed to spread out like that because we're the ones over here with the knowledge. The other people in Africa and other diaspora countries where black people are, because the whole planet was black people. That's
Mhm.
why they want
Mhm.
to replace us because we were
Mhm.
promised and gifted the planet.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then when
But
this
as they can see, they can't do it. They
no, they're
can't.
not going to replace us as a
And
whole on the
they
planet.
can't.
They're not going
Right.
to be able because
They're not.
you know that
But
there's
here in America, they're working towards it through immigration.
but they're not going to still do it. It's going to
Right.
backfire. It's
Oh, it is. It
anything
definitely
they
is.
try to do is always if you look closely, you'll see the drug epidemic fell back on them.
Right.
HIV. There's more white women today. They won't say, but I've heard in the news reports that they have a serious problem with the white women in
They do.
rural areas
They
with
do.
HIV. So
Everything has backfired on them. And you
yes,
would think that at one point in time they would stop, but they have never done that.
they don't have minds like we do. They have animal minds,
Right.
which
Right.
isn't I'm not belittling the animals, but the animals are a certain way and we are at a higher standard.
Right.
Mhm.
The thought process is just, you
Mhm.
can't follow the process, and then when you catch them in a lie, they just tell another lie, and it just never
Very
ends with
dis
them, and that's what brings us here today.
yeah, the
And
whole
that's what the
system
whole system is about.
deception,
Right.
deception based upon
The
deception.
whole entire,
Mhm.
and it's just the real mindset of them is that chair once again. The
Yeah,
whole system,
but
that chair tells everything.
it
It
does
explains everything about their mindset and who they really are. And that 200 years wasn't that long ago.
exactly.
Okay? It just turned 2000. So 1900 was only we've only been out of slavery for one whole century. That's it.
But I have
If you
another
think
twist
about it.
on it. I have another twist on it. what if we were making the furniture?
Right.
Because they didn't have
They
skills.
did
We had the skills,
exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So what was that's exactly what it was. They definitely
Mhm.
were. So
Mhm.
they knew whose hair that was. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we and we knew our hair is powerful. Our hair
It
is
really
very
is.
powerful. And
It definitely is.
someone could have cut their hair off and put it in and did a curse on them or something.
And you know that you said a curse because
With
once
our hair,
again
the curse stuff.
that is pure witchcraft. That is a
Mhm.
pure ritual. That
Mhm.
is a pure ritual to keep us down, to sit on us, to keep us in a certain position.
Right.
That and over their whole and all of their generations, right? So
Mhm.
people say, oh, well, they are now as good white people. Well, where are they? Because they're all beneficiaries of that system, and we still have not benefited as a people. They were handed land for free.
Mhm.
We
This is
weren't.
what I do on my channel. I talk about because there's chakra levels, right?
Hmm.
And right now we all live in we're in the unfortunately we're in a lower chakra, which is that color is represented by red.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I do the red room test, and that's what I and then purple is the highest. Well, actually, the bright light is the highest chakra, the clear light. But the purple is the royal. It's the crown chakra. It represents the crown chakra, and then over the crown chakra is the like the halo, which is I guess the clear light past that. But the red chakra, the red room, you see the red room I got up, right? I let that represent where we're at. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that red chakra, because that red color is vibrant. It entices people. It pulls them in. It tricks our people. Our people want to be influenced by these entertainers that are doing all kinds of crap, all kinds of sexually explicit things, and
Hmm.
so they allow that to rule their world. What's tantalizing the eyes, materialistic
Hmm.
stuff, because that's where we're in the material world. But the spiritual
Okay.
world is more like this
Oh, the
purple.
purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the mind. That's when we're in our consciousness. That's when we're using our crown chakra,
Hmm.
our minds, our brains, and we're not thinking like animals. We're not moving around like animals. We're not, that's sexually, and that's just in our daily lives. We're dealing with things, on a common sense, logical, kind of balance. The man, we're getting along. The man, feminine and the energy is balanced there.
Hmm.
You know,
Right.
our relationships
Definitely.
are solid with male or female. We're just all balanced out. No diseases. No, our eating is balanced. Everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
When we're in the purple, but that red is destruction.
Yeah.
That red is destruction.
Red has always been a warning, and red has always been meant there's a problem.
Hmm.
Like anytime, we get fevers and things of this nature, our face might turn red, or if we
Hmm.
have some type of blemish on our face or something like that, or red, if something is swollen, it's red, right? So
Right.
it's red is definitely a warning.
It is.
Um, it's a warning that something is not right, something is going on.
Yep.
So
And in my life, when I was a child, red was very mesmerizing color to me. So it
right.
enticed me to go and to want to be geared towards all the negative energy for some reason. And it felt like I was in this prison, as I was getting older and trying to recognize what that is. And, it all comes clear for you eventually, as long as
Definitely. I
even
think
if your
so
path is
too.
wrong, you're gonna eventually know that you're on the wrong path of your journey. You'll eventually find that out.
Hopefully. And then we're in an
Mhm.
upside down backwards world where
Exactly.
everything means the opposite of what's being said. But once
Mhm.
again, that's the unnaturality of their society. And it's
Mhm.
definitely affecting us negatively. It definitely
Yeah.
is.
I'm gonna
100%.
invite anybody that wants to come up. They can come up and discuss with us on what
Oh,
you would
hello
do,
everybody in the chat.
on what you would want to do in that
DOD.
situation.
Oh,
And
DOD says they watched the. Thank you for watching the video earlier. Definitely, if you
mhm.
want to join, Brother Bakari. Thank you, General Mosquito. Is that somebody you usually?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. My
mosquito.
truth,
Hey,
your truth. Hey,
my
welcome
cousin.
everybody.
Yeah, my cousin.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Welcome everybody. Well, welcome General Mosquito as well. Thank you
And
all
did
for
you put your
joining.
channel?
I'm in the chat now. I
Oh,
didn't put the I can't put the link in here because but I'm in the chat. Oh, you can't click on the icons any
I
longer.
can
You
put your
used to
link.
could do
I
that.
can put your
Oh,
link
okay.
in. I
Oh,
just
okay.
thought about that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're definitely discussing this chair.
Yeah.
Okay. And how can anybody just sit on a chair that's stuffed with that type like another person? They also I wanted to do something with when they also had used to eat us. They used to eat us. They used to do all types of things, make clothing out of us and
They
things of this
still eat
nature.
us. They still doing that.
Right.
Jeffrey Dahmer, he kind of was a loose cannon,
Yeah.
and they had to get rid of him because he couldn't
Right.
control himself. But he was part of them.
Right. He was a modern day cannibal, so he
Mhm.
only ate black people.
Yeah.
And he would cut penises and things of this nature, and that's just
Mm.
him reliving his previous lives with his ancestors. That's who they are. That's what they do all the time. That wasn't an isolated incident. He's not the only one that does that. But for some odd reason, they tried to make it seem like, oh, nobody's done that in 30 years. I think his anniversary just came up, and it was a 30-year anniversary, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
But they been killed him in jail.
They killed him, yeah, because he
Yeah.
couldn't control himself. He was giving them, he was telling on them. And I had an article in one of my videos about the satanic, how they still eat people.
Yes, they do.
There's people that actually, there's if you look on YouTube, they're talking about how to make people and how to eat people.
Yes, they do.
There's still
Yes, they do.
cannibals in the world.
Yes, they do. They
Yeah.
do all of that. They drink
Mhm.
blood. They do everything. That's why I said this chair is a representation of who they are. And they
Mhm.
get to uphold, you know, their practices, but they'll have our people, to fight each other and go against what we're saying about these people. and
Mhm.
and we'll have to fight our own people just to talk about these people that are actively hunting us down and murdering us for our organs and for our hair and other
Mhm.
parts of our bodies and things of this nature. And don't think just because someone has sex with you and has children with you that somehow or another they're not who they are. That's another ritual all in of itself.
It is because guess what? A woman I walked past at the store and I stopped her and I said, "Look at these guys out here talking to these white women." It was two black guys. One was on this end of the shopping center, the other was on the other end. I was like, "Wow!" I couldn't believe it. But she was like, "Oh, honey, my, it don't bother me. My son's married to a white woman, and I got white people in my family." I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah, that's another myth. You
I
don't
was
have white people in your family when someone marries someone. That's their choice. That's in their family. That's not in your family.
No, she said she has, and besides her son being married to a white woman, she got white people in her family as well.
So she says, I bet you she doesn't. I bet you anybody that says they got white people in their family, they have never actually been to any Thanksgiving or Christmas with these imaginary white people.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
have never, they'd be like, oh, well, somewhere down the line in a great. I said, no, if you are mixed today, and do you really believe that you will be still mixed from slavery today? Absolutely not. It doesn't work like that. Your
Thank
family
goodness.
mixed, your family mixed in the 50s and 60s, and they just
Hmm.
don't want to tell you. Okay,
Hmm.
so you're actually mixed after slavery. My family was totally original black and things of this nature. Some of them were, of course, different colors, but I just don't think it's still possible for you to still be mixed
No, it's
from no
not. It's
slavery. Yeah,
not.
it's
It
not.
really
Your family
isn't. I don't
mixed
even. I
recently,
think that once you start having two whole black people, then you're good. You're good.
and just
Because
because you have, and let's say you do have white people in your family, what does
mhm.
that mean?
Exactly. What does it
What
mean?
does that mean? I
What
mean, we told. I just don't get it how you having white people in your family excuses what has is actually happening to black people by the white society.
it
I
does
don't
nothing for
understand.
us. It doesn't make our house, our
It
lives
doesn't.
any happier or richer whatsoever.
And
Matter of
that's why
fact, it
mixing
does
is
nothing
not
but make it
beneficial.
more. It makes it more of a struggle. It makes it more frustrating. More.
It
Um.
difficult. It makes
Yeah.
things difficult because now, if you mix and you saying you have black people in your family, now you have to watch what you say around these people. Now you have to comfort them. You see what I'm saying? And now that's
Mhm.
you're putting the responsibility on the victims. Okay, I don't understand that.
I remember a
I just
young mixed girl went against her mom. She was pro black,
mhm
and her mom did not like that. So
mhm
her mom took away everything from her. And she just
mhm
moved out. She moved out and went on with her life. And
mhm
her mom just, it was a big article about it. Um,
mhm.
it
Well,
was,
see, I'm not expecting them to choose a side. I'm gonna
mhm,
be honest with you. I know what they
mhm,
were created for.
right.
They were created to cause confusion. So, I mean,
For,
something like that, I can't have any feeling for that either way. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm.
We have something like this chair going on, and I can't I just can't comfort them in whatever they're feeling or whatever they have going on, because that's something that the white person, whoever mixed with whoever, should have considered. The child should have considered the actual society and the reality that you live in, that you cannot create a society and then force everyone else to live in it when there's something else that's actually happening. So that becomes some type of mental illness right there.
Exactly. That leads to that psychotic society. We all functioning.
Right,
They're functioning fine and happy and free, and we're the ones that they're torturing and
right.
mistreating, and
We're trying to
we're
just figure
allowing
out
it
how to make
instead of,
it day by day, and
yeah,
that's
instead of
just
coming to
that's not a
power.
life,
Like, who are
right?
they? Who are they?
Anytime they want to hunt somebody down, who is it? Black people.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime they want to do anything, who do they go look for? Black people. Anytime they want to lock somebody up, who do they go look? Black people. Everybody in prison, black. Social services, black. Foster care, black. You see what I'm saying? Well, not as social services as far as receiving welfare, but I mean, they keep their families together, and they come and take our families to um, foster care and things of this nature. And I was just talking to somebody about this. I said, yeah, they get drug court, but black people were getting life in prison for the same exact
Crime.
crimes.
Yes, exactly. I've seen that. That
A
woman
lot of
did the
those people
same
are
crime.
still in jail.
The one elderly black woman did the same thing the other elderly white woman did, and the white woman got off.
Yeah. Yeah, they give them shooting galleries where they can go and receive clean needles, and they can receive a safe place to
Mhm.
shoot up, and we got crack houses, right? And we
Yeah.
got raids, and our people went to jail, and they got help, they got homes, they got jobs, they got everything.
We got our homes stolen. A lot of
We
people
got
got
our
their homes
homes
stolen.
stolen. We got our
Yeah.
families stolen. We
Mhm.
got called all types of names. In the 80s, Reagan tried to say that there was a welfare queen, not knowing she was a white woman.
Mm.
The welfare queen, Reagan's welfare queen is white. Yes.
Mm.
So I mean, it's a lot of different things that's no matter what we get blamed for. Everything that happens, this whole scamdemic, oh, it's our fault. We did it. How? How? When have black people been to China?
Mhm.
Are black people in charge of immigration? All of these people that you're letting in at the border? How does this then become our problem?
Then that's when you know that they're using the animal brain. The animal does
Right,
not understand human stuff, but he understands his world stuff. So he's
right,
very intelligent in his worldly stuff, which is lowly, but he's not, which is the mundane. He's not. He's not knowledgeable in the higher stuff because that's why he can't deal with the things he does.
right.
He
That's
doesn't
why
even.
Biden is having. That's why Biden is having a problem now. Biden can't even think left or right, up or down. He doesn't even know which way to go.
Exactly. DOD, you want to
Biden.
get in?
Who is that?
DOD, I want to see if he had anything to comment on.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. I'm just listening to you guys up here.
Well,
Light Bear and Nikki. It's refreshing to see two sisters who know what's going on in this world, who knows what's going on with people, and who are anti-swirlers.
yes,
Definitely.
It's refreshing. It's really refreshing.
yeah.
And let me tell you guys a quick story. I met this young sister on Twitter,
Mhm,
and she was telling me that she had a white husband, and
mhm,
that her black side of her family and his white side of the family, he was white, she's black. They all went on vacation. There was an argument that occurred, and the white side of the family called the black side of the family the N word.
Mm.
So they ended up divorcing
mhm.
behind that. And then 3 years later, as her and I was, talking back and forth on Twitter, she ended up going back to the husband.
Mm. That's
And you
not
say he
good.
was white? He was white? The husband
He
was
was
Yeah,
white?
white, he was black. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So those
It's really sad.
relationships are unnatural. Those
they
relationships
are.
are unnatural, and they're not of us and for us. And again, this all relates back to the DNA, right? We have different
Exactly.
DNA than they do.
Look at
Right.
the hair
So
in the chair. That's beautiful hair in the chair. Do you
it
think their hair would have looked?
it is.
Their hair is dead, and I don't know
It
what
looks,
she was found to
yeah, and they don't have hair, they have fur. So it's like we're just different
Exactly.
people. If so, they'll give us the illusion that there's equality and things. There will never be any equality, because if there were, then we all would be created the same. We all would look alike. There wouldn't be, Indians and black people here, and what is it, Arabs and things of this nature. We wouldn't have these different types of people that look different. You see what I'm saying? So we were put here to be different. We shouldn't
Well,
have to be the same for
Nikki,
you to understand that
right.
I have this life and you have that life. I shouldn't have to mesh my whole life with yours in a fantasy island, when it's really not that way. When you're just presenting something that's an illusion, a facade, it's all fake. Those people.
Let
Now,
me
why would
tell
he
you.
marry her? Why would he marry her just to call her that?
Hey, that's a good question. But you know what? You know what too, Nikki? And Light Bear, you ladies said something up here that I listened to earlier when you were talking about the hair in the chair.
Yeah,
And as you're looking, you guys were talking about it could be recent, more recent than 200 years, because that hair still looked good. I mean, it still looks, you know what I'm saying? Like it was not freshly
luxurious.
cut off.
Yeah.
It was soft looking. I mean, it looked
Right, right.
very good, and it was
Hmm.
layered, and it was layered.
And
So
Yes.
see,
it's
but
like,
our hair is good. We just don't really realize how good our hair is, you know. But,
definitely, I think all of
but
our hair is good.
exactly,
Everything, see what they do when they want something, they'll ridicule it and make pretend it's something
Right,
bad when they
right.
do everything that they can, just because what they want to do, if something is bad, right, what do? You throw it away. You don't have any respect for it, right? you
Mhm.
don't you don't keep it around, you know what I'm saying? So that's when they get to come in and slide their, thing in to hold you down, and then they get to build themselves up, and it's still using your labor. Even if
Exactly.
it's something that you don't want or something that you don't want to use, you must still value it.
That's right.
And we as a people need to value ourselves as a people. We built everything.
We did.
We
Yeah.
built
And
everything
then
in this
and then
country on our backs.
and then what they did was they went around raping our people in every country. That's why I wanted to get to that. That's why you see the different variants of people. They're all mixed. Those are all mixed people. Those Indians that look white, they're all
Mhm.
mixed. They're mixed with,
Mhm.
because like I said, black was all over the planet. What they're
Mhm.
doing is they've taken over the planet, at least
Mhm.
trying to, and they won't be successful at that.
They
They will
won't be
not be
successful.
successful at it. Bible
They
always
won't.
already talks about in a spiritual way, in our spirituality, it talks about not in the religion way, because I'm not a religion, but not the way you can read it straight on the paper, but if you can see the deeper meaning in it, it's the war, the spiritual war, which is our soul, which is deeper. It's between our souls in this world, in this demiurge or whatever is in this world, that wants to
Mhm.
keep recycling our soul back and forth here to this lower level. So we're actually strategic in preventing that from happening. We're actually, unbeknownst to us, on the physical level, we're actually at work through the ancestors, with our ancestors, on preventing that,
Mhm.
because this is the end.
Mhm.
We're coming to the end
Mhm. Mhm.
of this
And,
nonsense.
and they do everything they can to destroy everything that they come in contact with. It's
Hmm.
like they don't have
Everything.
anything else on their DNA but that. Like they do
They,
that all the time.
Nikki, everything, they try to kill everything on the planet. They're always trying to kill something.
All the time.
All over in Africa, hunting lions and,
Right.
Control
different
and
animals. They're
kill. Yes, control
Yeah.
and
always
Yeah.
trying to kill.
the animals
Yeah.
they want to control, and they do the same with us on the planet. Try
Yeah.
to
I
control
think
us.
they even went so far as to wipe the bees out of circulation.
Yeah,
That
yes.
because I don't even see bees anymore. I had listen, and this younger, you probably gonna think this is good. I have not been bit by a mosquito.
Me
I haven't
neither.
even seen one.
Good exercise.
So
I've seen the mosquito, but they lay on my arm and they do not bite me when I use certain sprays. They don't.
I
They'll lay
don't.
on my
I
arm
haven't
and they
used
won't
any
come near me.
sprays. I
They
don't
won't
even
come near
use it.
me.
It just I no bugs have bit me. Nothing. Even if you walk through the grass or something like that, I said, "Oh, bugs still down here? Like what is going on?" I've seen flies,
Mhm.
but as far as anything else, I really haven't seen the lightning bugs. I
Mhm.
don't know. It's just a lot of these bugs that I'm used to. Even ants. I haven't
If
even
you
seen any
notice,
ants.
if you notice, the flies are very, very little of them too.
Well,
What
They're
that's
do you
because
decreased.
mean?
they're killing the environment as well.
Yeah, they're decreased.
The
Right.
oceans, everything is
Yeah,
dying because
Right.
of these.
Everything and all
but
of
you
the
know
food
the
is
flies.
fake.
Yeah, the food, everything's fake. Yeah,
Yeah,
the fact that we
everything.
can't. I talked about this yesterday morning. The fact that when we walk down the street and we see these trees, they use trees to do landscaping. They don't use trees to just have fruit trees no more. You don't see those. You don't
Right.
see
We
them.
used to have
You
apple. We
go to the
used to have
grocery
apple
store.
trees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what
Pear
happened.
trees and
It's just
all
different
those
now.
things.
Everything
Walnut trees,
now.
all those things.
Why would you want to genetically modify, fruit and like this is how. diabolical these people really are. Like, you
Mhm.
really have to read the labels now and look for non-GMO. Even that's not 100%. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain standard that they're saying that
Mhm.
non-GMO is. So I mean, it's just a lot to what's going on right now. And now we're seeing that a lot of the fertilizers are actually were causing cancer and other types of diseases and things of this nature. So that's
Mhm.
all they do. They
Mhm.
are masters of disaster.
But let me tell you what's happening. It's a fight back, though. It's a spiritual fight back because everything they do to us has an action. Every action there's a reaction. There's always a consequence. So what's happening to them is the planet is heating up. What do we draw? We draw heat, right? That's people. We have soul. We have a soleil. We have a sun within our bodies. We're connected to the sun.
Hmm.
So you know that's pretty much where we come from. It's that sun. So
Right,
when the sun is reacting the way it is, it's in reaction to what is going on with the planet on different planets.
right,
And if it's out of balance,
right,
it's got to kill off what is causing, just like in the body. The body has to kill off whatever is inside, destroying it.
right.
So,
Like an
so
immune system.
it's killing these Caucasians and giving them cancer from what we have emulating and connecting to the sun outside of us. You know,
Right.
yeah.
And that's why they wanted us to stay in the house. They didn't want us to go outside because they didn't want us to survive what they have set up.
I was
Um,
outside, girl. I was.
yeah,
I didn't know
me
no difference.
too.
Last
Oh,
year,
me
I didn't know
too.
no difference, but I didn't know no shutdown. I was like out there hustling and.
And me too. I will walk at least
Mhm.
2 miles, and I would try to do that early in the morning.
Mhm.
And when the sun is so fresh and just up, I want to get the first rays.
Yeah,
Because I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but
it does.
also the middle of the day is when the sun rays are the strongest. So that's a
Mhm.
good time, but you really have to be a little bit careful because the sun is extremely powerful. So you
It
have
is.
to be in tune with your body and when your body says enough, okay?
But
But
you got to make
that
sure you have
sun
that
is
balance.
important.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have the balance of the proper nutrition and water,
Right.
so you can
Nutrition
keep
and
up with
water.
what is the changes on the planet that is taking place. Because they got us eating like them and trying to be like them. They got us
I
over lower
know.
frequency. It's all about frequency because we are nothing but energy. That's why we are
Right.
eternity. That's why we live on through eternity. We don't ever die, but we
Right.
do die to this place, thank goodness. Because I want to die to
Right.
this place. This is hell.
Right.
But we live eternally, and they know that. We're infinite.
Yeah.
And
And
they're trying to block that.
I think we deserve to have a healthy, happy life right
Exactly.
here. I think we
Yeah,
do, but it's
definitely.
just
But it's
so
going to be
torturous
different. It's
for
going to
this.
be different. It's not going to be all
Right.
this physical. It's not going to be
Right.
all this physical. And thank goodness it's not, because when you look at the physical where we're at, it's a lockdown. It's a lockdown in itself without white people.
But see, I'm gonna tell
Right.
you
It
something. I'm
is.
gonna tell you, ladies, what
Mm-hmm.
Nikki just said is right. We deserve our heaven here on earth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have
Mhm.
to wait for
Mhm.
God, because the preachers always tell you, you'll get your pieces of gold or whatever when you die, whatever,
Somewhere
that'll be
else.
forget
Yeah.
all that'll be us. I want mine's here while I'm alive.
But you know what? We are having it here. We can have it here. We
Mhm.
just have to get over this mental state that we've been put into. The
Right.
psychosis that we've been given, so that we can
Right.
get over that hump and start living. And I think we can. We can do that. We just have to
But
know the.
these churches are teaching our people something different.
Yeah, they're teaching them all wrong. That's what they were meant to do. Don't you know the church comes from white supremacy, the trap,
Right.
Right.
their book. It's the book. That's why I say be careful how you look at the Bible, because the Bible is ancient writings, and it's ancient. It's the key to our bodies, the black man and the black woman. It has nothing to do with Christianity or all this mess, or Jesus, or a man that walked on the earth. No, it's about our bodies. It's about the
Right.
metaphysical, and it's highly, it's very interesting. Once you get into it, once you can see, you won't be able to stop studying. You just constantly studying and studying. um
Definitely.
it becomes an addictive thing. It becomes a natural thing, a way of life,
Hmm.
and that's very important to get. That's how you're going to get the answers to what you need to do, you know to get those riches, because all the elders I ever listened to said that we are supposed to have our riches here. And
Right.
I'm not saying like Brother Polite. That's when I'm applying to this red room mentality. We're not supposed to try to be like that and do it through the white man. We have to look
Right.
past this white man, go above this and over this white man, because he ain't nothing, and have our
Yeah.
own, and we can do it. I really
We
believe. I know
definitely
we
have
can
to
do it.
elevate. We
But
have
the
to
thing about
elevate.
it is, our people are doing it, but they're doing it with the white man.
They always include
Majority are
that's a
doing it
big
with the white
problem.
man and white woman. They're not
Right.
doing it on their own, and I don't. And that's when I say influence plays a big part in that.
Hmm.
Influence, Polite's an
Agreed.
influencer, and they put that out because that's what he was meant to do. He was meant
Oh
to
goodness.
influence young men to want to be like him, a
He's the
scammer,
worst thing. He's
the, the,
terrible.
the lowest with the white
Yeah.
man. He pulls us
Yeah.
down. He pulls us down. That's that red devil.
And that's what he was put there to do.
Hmm.
That's exactly what Polite, and I do have a few videos on Polite, and I think Polite should be muted. You understand?
Exactly.
He's horrible energy for us, all while
Hmm.
saying that he's only promoting positivity, which is
Mm-mm.
not true. There's
It's not.
nothing about him that's positive. He is the embodying
Hmm.
the white process
Yes,
against us.
he's here to create confusion.
He is, and
Confusion.
he does that. He
Mindset.
definitely does. He
Mm-hmm.
does that 100%. But I'm like Barra, I want to thank you. I do have to run. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
DOD, for joining us. Everybody in the chat, thank you for watching. This is Nikki Justice on the Run.
Yeah.
DNA is very important. Our DNA is very important, and we definitely want to hold them accountable. Once again, if you get a chance
Exactly.
to rewatch this video, if you haven't watched
Mhm.
it already, rewatch it again. I think the link is in the chat. Welcome to everybody. Feel free to
Nikki, let me
subscribe,
ask you
like, and share. Okay,
before
go
you
ahead.
before you leave, is it okay if I use that video as well?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna put
Sure.
it on my channel. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Feel free. Yep. I'm not monetized or anything like that. So hopefully, one day, I don't know, probably not. I get like strikes every week, so
I do too.
yeah. But definitely want to thank you all. I want happy Black Friday to everybody. It's still
Yes.
Black August,
Yes.
definitely.
Beautiful.
Insurrection Saturday was last week, Saturday and
Mhm.
Sunday, which was the 21st and the 22nd, which was Nat Turner, the insurrection of Nat Turner in Virginia. So
Yes.
definitely shout out to everybody. Thank you, like Barra. Feel
Okay, so
free
you're
to.
down in Atlanta, right?
I'm in Maryland.
That's right. You're not far from me. Okay.
I'm in
Yeah.
Maryland.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to pull you on a Mount Vernon trip if you are
Okay.
available. You got my number. You got my email address.
You're
Um,
gonna have to give it to me, I guess, in the chat. I don't.
it's in the back private chat.
Okay.
So give
Out.
me
Wait a
on the
minute. Let
way
me look.
out before you
Let me
leave.
look really fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see it?
I don't. Oh, okay. I see you. Wait a minute.
Okay.
No,
You
that says
see?
comments. That says comments. I see private chat.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't see anything in the private chat. Wait a minute. Let me see if you can see this before I go.
Okay.
Okay, I just put something in
Yeah,
there.
I see that.
Okay, but I don't
It's at
see
the
anything that
bottom.
you put.
Okay,
I
let
don't
me
see
put it
anything.
in now. Maybe because I put it in early.
Oh, and it might have. I don't know. I really don't know anything about StreamYard. I haven't
You
really
weren't
used
up.
StreamYard at all.
You weren't up at the time I was putting the stuff in, so it probably
Hey,
didn't.
Okay.
Lightbearer,
Uh-huh.
before you send it, let me drop off because I'll be able to see the information too, and I don't want
No,
no information.
no, no. It's just my phone number and email. You already got that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You don't have to drop off.
Want to make sure because I don't want no reason.
No, it's just a phone number and email. You already have it.
Okay.
You don't use it much.
Yeah.
You already have it.
Definitely shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. This is Light Bearer live stream with me, Nikki Justice on the run. Okay. All
Yeah.
right, I
Thank you
see it
so
now.
much.
Okay.
Have a beautiful Friday.
I sure will. Thank you. It's raining here. It's a storm, so
Mhm.
I don't know if but hopefully all right, so
You
peace
see it?
everybody. Yeah, I
All
Did you
right.
see
see
it.
it?
Take
Okay,
care.
great,
All
great.
right, thanks
Peace.
DOD.
You're welcome. Take care, sis.
Okay. All right. So, DOD, what you
Yes.
got planned for this evening?
I really didn't have anything planned. I may do Nikki's video now, but other than that, I really nothing planned. I just put out a couple of other videos. I did one as we were doing this live stream,
Yeah.
and so
Mhm. Shoot, I
right.
was supposed to last Sunday. I was my DJ neighbor's moving, and we've been talking about doing a live YouTube video while he is on the wheels of steel, but I forgot all about it.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah, I didn't make it to his place
So
that
I see.
Sunday. I had a lot going on, but
Yeah, I
that
see
would
you
have
like
been
the water.
nice. You know, I like to dance, DOD. That would have
You
been
like
nice.
the water too.
Hmm?
So you like the water too. You always have to by the water.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Always.
yes. I love that.
Yeah.
But did you hear about the story about the girl in your well, you're not in Arizona. You're in Vegas.
Yeah, but I heard about her, the 14-year-old.
Yeah, but yes.
I was
Yeah,
gonna do a video on that
dude,
too.
that just touched me. That just oh my goodness. I can't it's like I said, it's a lot compounding on the females.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just see so much uh, abuse of our people. It's unbearable at times. It's unbearable.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah. It really bothers me that they would put that young black girl with white people like that. They don't know how to take care of her.
they don't care. They don't care. They really don't. My uncle's in Arizona, but I don't
Yeah,
know what part of Arizona they in.
yeah,
You know, that's far from where I'm at.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right next
I
door to
would
me.
be on that. I would be on that. Even if, when I hear about what did they call it when the Amber Alert? When I hear an Amber Alert, it's just automatic. And it's it's in the vicinity where I live.
Hmm.
I'm doing my research. I'm doing the search immediately, starting the search and look and see and what's going on with this. You know, where did they think the child might be now? You know, and just majority of the time it ends up in this. Luckily, in this area, the child is always found and got. You know, they end up finding the
Yeah,
child and it's in there with somebody that the family knows, like maybe a father or could be the mother. You know?
yeah. Most times it is a parent or somebody in the family that took them.
Yeah,
It's usually either the mother or the father. Which in a way, to me, I would rather have that than a complete stranger. You know what I'm saying?
I know when it's because the first thing that goes to my mind is a complete stranger. This is
Yeah,
something that we've always had to deal with since we were younger, because it
yeah,
started this horrifying thing. I think it was going on longer, but when it was really able to be put into the minds of people was in the 80s. It started with Adam the young boy Adam, and then a lot of other kids, and then the Atlanta children.
Right. Yeah.
And it's always been, the Atlanta children really, when I was a child, it put me in so much trauma. It was traumatic for me because I thought it was happening everywhere. I didn't know nothing about Atlanta being, I thought it was just happening everywhere. I didn't know the difference. I was real little at that time. So just being able to watch something like that, it's just like very, put a lot of fear in me. And it actually was going on all over the place. It wasn't just Atlanta. Then people were snatching up children left and right.
Yeah.
And they still doing it.
Oh, yeah, they've been doing that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They still
Even
doing
in the
it.
70s, I can tell you a story that happened to me. And that was in the 70s. Me and my brother, we were walking home, and a
Mm-hmm.
car pulled up next to us, and it was two Mexican dudes,
Mm-hmm.
and they offered us some candy. And my brother, he was getting ready to go over there and get it, but I held him. I told him no. I told him to run home. And so he
Mm-hmm.
ran home, and I just stood there, while they were in the car, and they ended up just driving off.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I probably, I don't know. I guess I was more braver than I knew because I was probably like 8 or 9, and these were
Uh-huh.
grown men. These were grown men.
Yeah.
My brother, if I was 8 or 9, my brother was 6 or 7. He's a couple of years younger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you were bold. You're like me. I'm like you. I'm like the same way. You're older than me. I'm bold. I'm very bold. And a lot of times my boldness got me into trouble because sometimes you run into trouble. Like I talked about my situation where I was, RAP. Um, and I was with my cousin and I didn't know she had her own apartment, right, in the projects. And my mom didn't mind me going to see her. She had a baby. And I was more concerned with the baby, protecting the baby, because it was, So I ended up being at her apartment. She had all these guys there. But still, I was there to be protective of the baby, you know. Um, and, you know, they never, I guess they left and then they came back. They were there like almost the whole day almost. And one of the guys, um, I guess they wanted to run out to get something, and I went with him. And he ended up driving me um, all the way to his parents' house, and that's when everything, for me happened. Me thinking I'm bold and trying to be, you know, thinking I'm in control of the situation, but then you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
And I was only 14, and this man was like probably in his 20s at the time. He was in
Yeah, I
his
know our
20s.
young girls, our women,
Hmm.
they're always at risk of something happening to them.
Right.
Always at risk. That's why I can't understand why brothers don't want to protect their women, their daughters, their nieces. I mean, even if you're not even related to them,
Hmm.
being just that they're their brothers, their sisters, or that.
Hmm.
You want to protect them. But a lot of
You
these
would
clowns
think
today,
that.
they don't see that. Yeah.
You see, that's how I thought. I thought that, there was a connection in my community, but then sooner, there was a connection, but it was a
There
bad
was.
connection. This
Well,
guy
there was,
didn't
there
only,
was, there was
this
once
guy
upon
didn't
a time
only,
there was.
this guy didn't only do that to me. He did it to a lot of other people I knew. He was a serial rapist. He was a serial rapist, and you would think that we would be a community when we thought we were, but
We were at one
you
point, at
know,
one time,
you
one point
never
in time.
know. You never know who's the predator, but he had a predator after him himself when he was young, and it was another male. So a
Yeah.
male did something to him when he was younger, in return, his response to acting out was to be this sexual deviant. It's the only way I guess he could deal with it.
Yeah.
And he hurt a lot of us females in the community by doing that, you know. So it was
So how you been?
just so busy.
Busy?
Yeah, I said I was going to start doing story time, and I really want. There's a story that I really want to do. It's a crime story. I said it was about that man and a woman. They called it the corn rake murder. You ever heard of that?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the whole story and then let people decide for themselves.
Okay.
But it was a story that really touched me, and then all of a sudden a song came along with it. I actually was able to put a song to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna practice that song and then I'll sing it without the music because I don't want to get a strike.
Right.
And the lyrics are what's most important than anything. It's the lyrics within the song that goes with their story. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll put that together. And you saw my necklaces, right? That I'm trying to work on.
You said have a song?
Yeah, my necklaces.
No, I haven't.
You didn't see them on the last video I did?
I didn't see them.
You weren't there.
I guess I wasn't because I didn't see them.
Yeah, you weren't there. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna show you real quick my necklaces that I'm working on. Hold on.
Are you selling them?
Yeah, I'm planning on selling them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'll buy one or two.
Huh?
You know, I'll buy one or two.
You said you might buy one or two.
Yeah. No, I will. I definitely will. Are they for men or just women or both?
I'm talking.
I think
You can hear me.
Yeah,
let me move my purple brand thing out the way. Okay. Here it goes. You see it? It's from both man and woman.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Hold on.
I gotta keep it here like that. Okay. There we go.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
And I want you to see, because I got some really beautiful ones here. They get tangled up here because I'm still working on making a lot of them. Here's another one. Oops, you can't see that. I keep thinking of putting it in front of the camera like that. Can you see that?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put on the back of them a word. I'm waiting on my husband's our priest to give me a word to put on the back of them because I can't send it to him and put anything on protection over our brothers and sisters out here, or a reminder for them to be conscious of their awareness of their environment.
How much are you selling them for?
I don't know yet. I really don't. I'll probably say donate. Probably just
yeah, okay. Right.
I think that's fair. It's just gonna be a lot of work because I gotta definitely do my 600 people. I think I did say my first 600 people get it free.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll pay for it. You know me, always.
Yeah.
What I get.
Okay, I'm just accepting donations. Whoever donates, I'm gonna say whoever donates, I'll send you a necklace. Yeah, that's how it goes. I'll send you a necklace, whatever you donate.
Sounds good.
Doesn't matter. It's be like my appreciation for you from you donating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I'll do it. Because I really need to get on the donations because what I'm trying to do is I would like to get land for a resort for our people. And this is not going to be just any other public resort, but it's going to be land where our people can go, and they'll have well, not necessarily ownership, but um, we're not going to get into ownership because who wants to really own land, you know? But just a place for Black folks to go freely. You know, it's like
Have a space of our own.
yeah, a space of our own to escape.
Yeah.
To escape. Yes, we
Yeah.
definitely need that.
Sounds
We
good.
definitely need that. And heal. And heal. Like I was just listening to someone I follow. She's from New York City, and she's talking about all these things that she has to endure in New York, as far as the COVID thing and stuff like that that is concerned. Um, you know, but she's also. I should play her video, shouldn't I?
Yeah, go ahead. I like to see it.
Yeah, let me play her video real quick because she was talking. What she's talking is very, very interesting. Let me see if I can see my history. It's very, very. Oh, she's giving a lot of good information out. Let me rewind her back to. I was like thinking about that. I was like, I need to share her video.
Off. Okay?
Okay, hold on.
So,
Let me.
see, that's how you can tell how phony people are, how phony the
Let me put
system
it back.
is. Um, yeah, I felt the need to do this live stream. I hope I don't stay too long. I want to make this brief. Um, all right, so being taken away from us. Yeah, I'm um, in the lobby on one of the floors of the building that I live in, and I feel very upset, very very upset. Let me tell you. Well, my day started off well. I did my morning walk and came back to the building. As I was coming back to the building, uh, the doorman in the building said, "Oh, you know, you have to stop wearing your mask now," something like that. I've been wearing my mask. I have not been wearing my mask um, for weeks, even though they have a sign that says um, about wearing a mask. So I was waiting to see how far, how long I could go without wearing the mask in my building until someone said something, you know, the management or the staff. And so I initially said, "Oh, okay," and I just kept on going. Um, and I thought about it when I got back in my building. And I went out for lunch, a brunch. And as I was leaving for brunch, and I sat at the cafe and go inside to eat. Um, but when I went to pay my bill, one of the staff in the restaurant said to a customer, um, "Oh, you know, you have to show proof of vaccination before you can eat here," something like that. So I said to the cashier, I said, "I'm sorry, but I just heard someone say about you have to show proof of vaccination before you can eat in here." Well, they're joking. So they said, "Oh, you know, he just been, you know, messing around." But as of September, it will be enforced. So it will be a requirement, I should say. And that really is really pissing me off. Yes, hello viewer, hello viewer. Yeah, So when they said that, I felt violated. I'm not violated. I feel threatened. I feel very, very threatened. I have to be very careful how I word things here. I might have already said too much. um, so I go back in the building, and did I have my mask on?
It's a
I
fly
may have had my mask
potion.
when I came back in the building, but I went back to my room and I thought about it. I said, when is this going to stop? First, they're going to tell you gotta wear this. Then, oh, okay, now you gotta wear two masks. Okay, now go back to one mask. And even at the VA hospital, at one point, they said, oh, you can't wear a cloth mask. Could you get that? Could you believe that? You can't wear a cloth mask. They want you with that nasty blue mask, that standard blue mask that you see everybody wearing. Have any of you ever um, looked into where those masks are made? I don't know where they're made, but wouldn't it be something if those blue masks that you see everybody wearing, if it's made in that particular country that is under communism, wouldn't that be something? But I thought about it, and I have anger. I feel sad right now and angry because I feel that my rights are more and more being taken away. That it's like bullying. And a couple of days ago, no, it was actually Sunday, I got my first harassment from a bus driver. It just had one other person that was coming on board the bus. It was a man that came on first. And then as I went to go on, the bus driver slammed the door in my face. Yeah, good morning, afternoon. Yeah, yeah. So I was very, very angry. And it's like, see, it's this aggression that's coming out right now. This aggression that's being imposed on people. And the only distinction between me and the other person was that other person had the thing like that over the face, and I didn't. And he eventually opens up the door. I step on, and he's making faces at me, shaking his head in anger towards me. He never said a word, though. I never said a word either. And thank God I didn't, because, see, you don't know whether, see, people could lie. And they can say, oh, she threatened me. If you assault, allegedly, if you assault a bus driver in New York City, I think it's considered a felony. It's a high crime. See, they're making laws more and more punishable, the severity of some offenses, okay? So you have to be careful, because anything you do or say could become considered a felony. And he could lie and say, I threatened bodily harm, or I hit him, or whatever. And here he has a mask on. Oops, I didn't mean to say that word. He had something on his face, and those plexiglass shields, so that if someone wants to assault the bus driver, that he's protected. But what about if a passenger is threatened by the bus driver? That bus driver violated my rights. Bullying is a no-no, and to bully a woman, an older woman. So this is what's happening now. People feel like they have the right to show aggression against others if they don't have certain thing on their face. When is it going to stop? They can always impose other things to wear. They can start saying you have to wear things on your head. You have to wear certain type of shoes. You gotta, your body is your rights. So either way, back to my, incident at my apartment building. So I thought about it. I said, I don't like being bullied. I don't like people imposing things on my body. to impose certain things on people, and let's say they have a health condition, you're going to tell me that certain mandates will be imposed, even if it's in violation over your well-being. Well, let me tell you something. There's a law called the Nuremberg Laws. The Nuremberg Laws, uh, it's a law that was passed. It's an international law. It's not just a law, but an international law. And the Nuremberg laws came out in after World War II. Because remember, in World War II, you had these scientists and government officials who were imposing laws, unjust laws, over its citizens, and it did experiments, and they were non-consensual laws. And so, to prevent the Holocaust from happening again, they're trying to nip it in the bud through exposing countries who impose unjust laws over their citizens' health. And this mandate that they want you to wear is one of those type of laws. You can Google it, the Nuremberg laws. Read them. In fact, I had made a copy of it. Let me see if I could still get it. But either way, so I did go downstairs and talk to the concierge, and I told them that I will not wear the mask. I said this is against my
I'm
health
glad she talked about
and
this.
other things, and so I'm letting you know ahead of time I would not be wearing the mask. He said, well, so
I'm definitely not going to wear the mask.
we came on that
I don't want to wear the mask either. I don't want my
So he
children
printed out, it's
to wear
nice,
the
he
mask.
printed me out a copy.
Mhm.
Let me read you what it says. It says, okay, um, it gives, to who, the following people. This is such and such building. COVID protocols are in line with current Centers for Disease Control and New York City Health Department guidelines as follow. Given the current Delta variant surge, face masks should be worn indoors. The guidelines apply to both vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals. Thank you for your cooperation in this important matter. Do you hear the language there that it should be worn? See, they cannot say that it must be worn. See, it's just a suggestion. A suggestion is not a law. A suggestion is a suggestion. So I'm glad that this individual gave me this printout.
Because all they can
Because
do
it
is
put me at
suggest.
ease with the vocabulary. See, you got people. You have to look very carefully about the wording of anything you read, that it should be worn, it says, indoors. Should is just an opinion. It's an opinion. And I have an opinion too. A mandate is not a law. Let me repeat that. A mandate is not a law. Only Congress can pass laws in this country of America, and not the CDC, and not the Department of Health in New York City. Not a law. They don't have power to create a law. It's Congress only. And so they try to bully people like that bus driver. Oh, how dare you not wear your, what they said, what they say. This person that shared with me, who wear those things on their face? Slaves. Slaves wore those things on their face. It's a sign of subjugation. Subjugation. Who else on this planet wear a sign of subjugation but communist China? Communist China. And I believe that nation is behind all this coercion. What someone wants to do with their own body as it pertains to their health is their business between them and their own personal physician. It is not anybody else's business. And when an establishment goes and violates your personal rights and asks, oh, do you have such and such? Do you have, did you get the needle? Your health is your business. And it's illegal. I'm not a lawyer either. I'm not a lawyer. But it's my understanding it's illegal to ask for a business to ask you about your health and what your health history is. It's against OSHA. 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 It's an OSHA. And you can look that up also. It's a violation of OSHA. Okay? Yeah, see, they're trying to see how far they can go through the intimidation and then the commercials or things on the news about people dying. And the latest one I heard, and again, if the person really did die, my condolences. 15-year-old allegedly got sick for 2 weeks. She's a sports athlete. Now, why did the parents not bring her to the doctor? Why did they wait 2 weeks? But either way, they said that she wasn't feeling well. She's had some headache for 2 weeks. And then she just got tested for COVID. And then the next day she dies. And then the parents saying, oh, well, if I could do this over again, I would insist that, she get the jab in the arm. Do you believe that? Do you believe that that person's family, that's what happened to a 15-year-old healthy girl, no comortalities? It's baloney. It's to make, and it was a black family too. See, they're using these scare tactics to scare black people to get the jab. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. What you want to do with your body is your business. Do what you want to do, what sits right with you. And also, you have a right to know what's in those jab shots. Ask for a copy of what ingredients it has in it and what are the side effects. Also, there's a law called, as I said, the Nuremberg laws. See, when you try to impose unjust laws to your citizens, these laws, the Nuremberg laws, is to protect you. And if it's found that people are in violation of this international law supersedes your local, state, and federal laws. Okay, let me repeat again. The Nuremberg law is an international law, and it supersedes local, state, and federal laws. Anything that imposes, and it's non-consensual experimentation on your body. When you say, okay, we want to give you this shot. Okay, let's try another shot now. Okay, let's try this mask. Okay, let's try the cloth mask. Okay, let's try this and that. These are experimentations upon you. And you notice each time it gets more and more and more imposed of the requirements. Now, some places are requiring that you have that proof of vaccination before you eat in the restaurant. What if my building that I live in starts to say the same thing? You have to have a shot in order to come into your building where you live. It could happen. That could happen. And that's why I said, enough is enough. So I took up the strength and I had my recording on. And the person I actually wanted to see wasn't there, but the other person. And I spoke, And so I you have to document. So he did give me the copy of the letter. And I sent him an email. The person who wrote the uh, email, the guidelines, the mask mandate. And I told them that it's a violation of my uh, personal health and that it's in violation of the Nuremberg laws. And if you continue to um, impose these impositions on me or coercions upon me for not adhering to the CDC, that I could file a lawsuit with, as it pertains to the Nuremberg laws. And if you're found guilty of violating the Nuremberg laws, that they could be hanged. The Nuremberg laws, if found guilty, you can be hanged. And that's what I wrote. That's right. That is what I wrote. I said, anybody who tries to bully me or impose wearing this thing on my face, even though it's against my health, that's in violation of the Nuremberg laws. And what was the other thing I said? No, I said something else. Oh yeah, that to say, well, we're just following our orders. That's no excuse under the law. The Nuremberg laws exposes that because, see, that's what happened in Nazi Germany. Everybody would say, well, I was just following laws. Well, they can't say that anymore. And I made sure I put that in writing. You can't say I'm just following orders. It's an unjust law. It's an unjust requirement. Not law. It's not a law. It's a mandate. That's why you notice what the CDC says that it should be worn. See, they know they cannot say it must be worn because, see, it's not a law. And they, again, only Congress could write a law. And even if Congress wrote a law like that, it's in violation of your constitutional rights and against the international Nuremberg laws that supersedes all federal laws in this country. It's international in all these countries. See, they're bullying people, and people are choosing sides. I'm not here to choose. I'm choosing my life, my health, and it's trying to press our buttons. And so they want you to react in a violent way, and then they're hoping that you're going to do something stupid so they could arrest you, so they could harm you. Think really cool, think calmly, and don't react, but respond in a constructive way. Have your device on, camera, whatever, because people could lie on you so that you threaten them and this and that. Yeah, this is my body cam. See that? Yeah, I had my body cam on. I think from now on, I used to wear it all the time, and then I stopped wearing it for a couple of weeks. Well, now I think when I leave my building, that I better have it on. Let's say if they try to do a number on me, trying to come back into my building. The people that I work with, the workers here, I get along with very well. Very well. But sometimes people get scared and they do something stupid. So have your proof. Have your proof. Stay calm. And yeah. It's unfortunate that this has to happen in today's world. Yeah, this is a war over your freedom. This is what modern day slavery is all about. It's about control. Wearing the thing like that is a sign of control over you. How come, if it's so contagious, how come they don't have you wearing something over your eyes? One time I wore a face shield. Oh, that's not enough. You can't have that. You have to have the mask. So you can have the thing coming like that, but a thing coming the whole face is not good enough. That's bad. See, that's how I realize how phony it is. It's phony. And a lot of your leaders, off camera, they're not wearing the mask. They're not wearing the
Exactly.
mask. But before they come on camera, they put the on their face and then they do an act. And then when they walk off, they take the off. Okay? So, see, that's how you can tell how phony people are, how phony the system is. And there's something else with the Nuremberg laws. Before I forget, before I leave here, that what with the Nuremberg laws, you had scientists doing experiments on people, and the Nuremberg laws also says that if the people who are asking you to uh, adhere to whatever, that they have to do the same thing too. Like if it's medicine that they're imposing on you, they have to take it also. And if they are not taking it, you don't have to take it either. So that's like the thing, the covering. If they don't wear one, they should not be able to impose it on you. It could be anything, whether it's the covering, certain types of medicines, and anything. Know your rights. Stand your ground. And let's see what happens. I hope they back off, because this is really upsetting to me. It's really upsetting to me. It's very sad. I'm very sad right now. Very sad, because I love my city. I love New York City. And things are just filthy here. We have rats. We have so many rats here in New York City. I've been getting up very, very early in the morning. Today, yeah. I get up out of the house by when it's approaching 6 p.m. And I go out with my dogs and I see rats and dead ones all over the park. That's a health crisis. And that is more of a threat than some freaking cold. But dead rats in the street harbor a lot of dangerous pathogens. But there's no outcry with that. None in New York City. They're not even discussing the rat issue in New York City, the garbage issue in New York City. I even saw a couple of weeks ago, it was a swarm of rats on 51st Street and 8th Avenue, a swarm of them. A swarm is more than 2, more than 3, more than 5, more than 10. It was a swarm of them right on the street right next to this garbage thing, the grate. I couldn't believe it. This is an epidemic. Those rats are an epidemic in New York City. But do you hear anything? But they want you to wear a covering in the hot weather. It is boiling up today. Very hot today in the 90s. And it's humid. You know how many people could pass out wearing that thing on their face? What happens if you faint or you hit your head, you get hurt? Are they going to pay your bills? Are they? They're not going to do a damn thing. So really start thinking twice about your health. Your health is the most important thing out there. I don't want to impose on anybody. What someone wants to do with their body is their business. But I have a right to protect my health. If something doesn't feel right to you, ask questions. And if they impose, they're going to also be imposing this thing about the jab to work for any city agency starting in September, this September, 2021. Why? Those jab, they have things in it what they call the spike proteins that's causing blood clots, all this other stuff. Ask to get a copy of what the ingredients is in it. That's your right. That is your right. Okay, so yeah, I see that I've been on for 28 minutes now, and yeah, very sad where America is going. I'm very sad, and I'm scared too. I'm very scared. Yeah, boys, I'm in the hallway right now doing this video. Like, I don't have internet anymore. I terminated service a couple of weeks ago, as I told you guys. Yeah, I have no more cell phone service, no internet in my apartment, nothing. So I have to go on this floor where they have Wi-Fi. So I'm doing this live stream. I really don't want to have to do that. I just felt this was I was compelled to do this live stream, just to let you know what's going on. Yeah, please pray for me, my safety, my dog's safety. People are getting aggressive here because of this, because of fear. Just take care of your health. Use common sense. If you're sick, stay at home. And if you're sick, hey, try to get the right treatment. I want to try to find out about the hydrochloroquine. I was told that, oops, I wasn't supposed to say that word. Oops. Well, either way, I want to find out if any time I ever get sick with that thing, where I can get that type of treatment. Yeah. So thank you again for watching this live stream. Yeah, take care of your health and everything. I'm just very sad about all this, and yeah, stand your ground. Say, stand in the ground. Oh, that's what happened. No one said, and the God really powerful to say no. Too late. It's too late. Protect your use common. Okay. I'm the God. You. Okay. So it's love and joy. Yeah, if I need to send another live stream, put one up again. Thank you for your support. Take care. Happy, safe. Okay. Bye.
And I think I've talked about this before. This is, hold on, let me see.
What's her name?
I'm telling you the information now. Let me go back. Let me pause it. And let me scroll. My computer. It's time for a new computer. It's time for a new. Let me it. Okay, there we go. Spirit journey.
Okay.
I'll share her. Yeah, that was very good. She was talking about, those laws. And that was right on me because I do not want my children to have to go. I want them to breathe the air. I don't want everybody around. What do you think?
What was that?
Did you hear me?
I didn't hear you.
Oh, you can hear me.
No, I can hear you, but I just didn't hear what you asked me.
I said, what about you? How you feel about it?
Oh, I wear my mask everywhere I go, except to my mailbox.
Mm.
Other than that, I wear a mask. But I don't have a problem with people that don't wear it because I got mines on, so I don't trip off of it
Yeah, I don't.
as long as I got mines.
Just don't lose your air. It's not
Oh no,
healthy.
no, no. I only wear like when I go into I wear when I go into the store. When I'm in there, then when I come out, it's still on, but I just lower it so my mouth and nose so I can breathe, the air, the fresh air. But that's how I do it.
That's good. That's good.
But when I'm
Well,
in stores or around crowds, I got it on.
mhm. Hold on, right quick. I think somebody's at my door.
All right.
Yeah, that's all right. Good. I'm ready to close up.
All right.
Work to do around this time.
Well, thanks for having me up. I appreciate it, and you have a good rest of your day.
Okay, I hope everybody enjoys their Friday and thank you for being here, family. Um, thank you to Nikki Justice on the Run. Thank you so much, sister, for being here. DOD, thank you so much. Who else? Brother Bakari, thank you for being here. Uh, General Mosquito, thank you, brother. Thank you. My truth, your truth. Thank you, cuz. Deep Mind Unraveled. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Nook Nook, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you all for being here and those in the clouds. Hopefully next time you can come down and visit. So with all that said, till next time, always remember true love, real peace, the higher self within the soul. Peace.